I will now demonstrate a discounted cash flow methodology. First, we're going to look at the income cap methodology. And here we've got a property with two tenants, Woolworths and the Good Stuff Help Shop. We've captured the discount rate of 15%. And what we've loaded is the lettable area for both tenants, the actual and market rates, which you can see the market rates are below the actual rates of the leases. We've also captured the actual lease escalation rates and the normal market escalation rates. We've also captured the month of escalation and the lease expiry dates. So obviously for market valuation purposes in an income cap methodology, we will use the market rates to calculate the total annual income figure. We would then add any additional income. Here was no other income items. So recovery items are added back. A provision for vacancy is deducted, and we get to a gross market income. We can still see that the gross market income is below the gross actual income. Now we can capture the expenditure. From the expenditure, we'll first see that we've brought back the gross market income of 1.65. And now we're just showing some of the expenditure, some management charges, some maintenance costs to get to a total annual expenditure of 126,000, which is about 7.65% of the gross expenditure. That gives us a net market income of 1.526 million, and we've applied a cap rate of 10%, giving us a value of 15.3 million. Just again, you can see the actual incomes here at the bottom for reference purposes. Now we've created a discounted cash flow methodology that's automated. So once we expand this, you can see that it's not been completed yet. So we're going to just auto-calculate it by selecting a period. Let's select 5 years. We auto-calculate, and we can see that it has populated some of the information. Now, if we remember that our lease periods for Woolworths was 3 years, and for the health shop was 1.5 years. So we will be seeing the reversion to markets happening automatically over those periods. And we can see that there was, based on those calculations, there's only been an escalation of 2.23 in year 2. And in year 3, we can see that massive drop of 25% of the income. Again, the recoveries are escalated, and here we're using a very conservative rate of 3%. You'll also notice that the actual rates have gone from 6% to the market rate of 5% up to the end of our period that we're running the discounted cash flow for. I'm also going to capture an exit cap rate. Let's make that a little bit higher. Let's say 12%. We use 10% in our 1-year income cap. And we'll make the reversionary discount rate, let's say 16%. I'm going to then calculate again. And we can see that the discounted cash flow makes the total value of the property 14.4, which was slightly lower than the 15.3 million. And in this scenario, we are just trying to explain the impact of the income, and especially for risk purposes, for example, debt service cover. So if we look at our actual income that pays our loans, we can definitely see that in year 3, there is some risk that the normal income cap doesn't necessarily show, although we can adjust yields to compensate for it. We don't explicitly show this. This automated process then also allows us to make additional calculations. So we can say manual, and now we can manually alter some of these items. So we can even say that once the lease has completed, there might be a a vacancy period. So we'll say the number of months occupied, let's say it's 9 months, so that we say that there's a 3 months vacancy period, and we can calculate and save. And we'll notice that that has now been taken into account as well. So we'll see in year 4 that there's actually also been, hardly any growth that has happened. And again, we will see that in the impact of our gross income and in our net income. And there's a slight adjustment to the value as well. What is important here is that it's semi-automated, allowing you to change granular variables and allowing you to adjust for the different risks, to illustrate some of those risks and provide, obviously, in terms of the income, a different base case scenario to show where there could be risks in repaying the loans.